This is the Ellis Martin Report and MoneyTalk Radio. Today we turn our focus to ESGold, trading on the CSE as ESAU and in the U.S. on the OTC as ESAUF, a company committed to sustainable and environmentally responsible gold recovery. ESGold is actively advancing its Montauban project in Quebec province, aiming to reprocess historical tailings with modern techniques while minimizing ecological impact. With me now is the newly appointed CEO, Gordon Robb, bringing a fresh perspective and seasoned leadership to the company's mission. Gordon, welcome to the program. It's great to visit with you today.
Thanks very much for having me, Ellis.
If you don't mind, give us the macro view of ESGold and the Montauban project, gold-silver project in Quebec.
Absolutely. ESGold is focusing on the Montauban project in Quebec. We're about 80 kilometers west of Quebec City. Our primary focus is to clean up the tailings from the past producing Montauban project. There's about 1 million metric tons at surface. These are historic tailings that have trace amounts of gold and silver left. Our plan is to reprocess those tails to get into production as soon as possible, and then funneling that capital into further exploration, building this project at scale.
This kind of model, the near production or production model, is the only thing that's really working in the precious metals space right now. Nothing else is. I feel sorry for juniors who have greenfield projects that are trying to get funded. They're dead. They can't really do it. This is a strategy. That's the only strategy that can really work. Don't you agree?
I do. It's unfortunate that the high gold price, high silver price hasn't translated into the junior market, but the market seems to have an appetite for near cash flow producers and cash producers. Being fully permitted and the infrastructure in place, it puts us in a very advantageous position to be able to move forward and get into cash flow as soon as possible.
You've got tailings. That means you don't have to build a mine at the moment.
Yep.
So hopefully the plan is to use the tailings to fund the company to begin with so that you won't have to go back to the market for additional dilution, correct?
That is our plan. The Montauban project was mined from 1913 up into 1940, again in the 80s. It's been very underexplored. All the drilling has been production drilling, and it leaves a lot of potential for deeper drilling and building this project out at scale. It is a VMS deposit with a lot of potential. We recently had an ant survey done that showed structure down at 1,200 meters at depth, which gives us a lot of running room and a lot of potential to build this out and explore at scale.
You just released news to that effect, and let's explain what the ant technology is, ambient noise tomography. What does that mean?
So what it does is it sends a pulse essentially through the ground, being able to map out the underground workings. It's a non-invasive way of trying to figure out what's below our feet. Coupling that with past drilling that has been done historically on the project, we're able to get a pretty good idea of what the 3D structure looks like and giving us drill targets moving forward.
This technology wasn't really available 5 years ago, was it?
It was, but it's been under the radar. There's one other company that's used it. It's Power Metallic in Canada. It's becoming more of a technology. More non-invasive geophysics practices have been taken into place for cost effectiveness and permitting timeline.
Power Metallic is certainly one of our successful sponsors of this program, and the fact that you're using that same technology speaks a lot to the team with regard to ESGold, people like Andre Gauthier, for instance.
I would agree. We have a fantastic technical team that is working on this. They've been working on this for years. This has been a project that has been worked on for a while with a very competent team in regards to infrastructure, permitting. We're fully permitted for 1,000 ton per day mill. That alone is value add for investors today.
And the land package means that you can step this out after you're in production with the tailings that you have right now, correct? There's lots of upside potentially.
Oh, absolutely. Coming from the past project I worked on, which was predominantly an exploration play, I'm very excited to get an exploration team in there to be able to map this out, chase vein structures, go through drilling targets, and the further potential that this has is we can chase this quite a ways to the north, quite a ways to the south. There's a lot of potential on this property.
Gordon, I've known you for quite a while. You've been working with a friend of mine, Brad Rourke, and Scotty Resources. What brought you to this company? Why were you selected? Tell us about your excitement about joining ESGold and why you made the transition.
Well, first off, I have to say, Scotty Resources was a fantastic project. Brad Rourke was and continues to be a mentor of mine. Thomas Mumford was a great resource, a brilliant geologist I was able to learn a lot from. The whole team at Scotty is great, and I remained very close with them. Joining ESGold was an opportunity that I couldn't pass up. Near-term production in a different jurisdiction, very exciting group, but relatively unknown in the resource space. What I bring to the table on that is that financial acumen with my past resume before I stepped into the resource space, working in finance and institutional investment banking. I'm able to add that validity to get this across the line into production. The team at ESGold is incredibly competent, and what they needed was somebody to come in, get it across the line in the resource space that has that network. Working with Scotty and Brad Work specifically, I've been able to build that team. Very much looking forward to building out ESGold, getting it across the finish line, getting it into production.
When I read and I heard that you had joined the company as CEO, the first thing I thought was, well, there's somebody who can tell the story. There's somebody that I've seen out on the road all across the world who can actually present. And that's really important when talking to investors, institutional investors, retail investors, and people like us in the space.
I appreciate that. I've been sitting next to Brad and he's so good, but I've been able to learn a lot from him on that side. And the communication is...
Brad Rourke is one of the best presenters I've ever seen. If you work with him and he's your mentor.
And that's it. Like I said, the insecurity of, can I do this as well as Brad? Well, if I can do it half as well as Brad, that's still pretty good. So he's been a phenomenal mentor to learn from, right? I come from the IR world, but before I stepped into the resource space, I did come from institutional trading background. I have dealt with big deals before in the past. This is not new to me. Getting project financing done, dealing with high pressure scenarios. The majority of my 20s was spent throughout Toronto and Hong Kong, the financial centers of the world, working on trading desks and dealing with big numbers, big trade executions. This is just another execution that needs to get across the line. This is not new.
What can we see for the company during the next 6 months? How does it look for the rest of the year and into next year?
The next 6 months, what we'd like to do is secure that partnership, that strategic financing moving forward into development and production and start pouring doré bars. The goal here is production, cleaning up the area. We really look forward to cleaning up Montauban de Notre Dame community. We have tremendous community support. This is an ESG play. We are taking toxic tails, extracting the economic value, and neutralizing a dangerous material to turn it into an aggregate. That is our goal for the company. But we're going to be seeing that in the very near future because we're just about to cross that finish line.
Now I finally understand what ESGold means because you have it capitalized. You have the letters ESG capitalized in your title. And as much as I'm familiar with that, the ESG world, I didn't see that in the name of your company. And you just explained it. There are so many tailing deposits all over North America, all over the world, especially here in California, that have given a rightly so bad name to the mining sector that people are still mirroring and reflecting today. You're going to be responsible for cleaning up a big problem in Quebec, and you'll be able to share this model with the rest of the sector.
Ellis, that's exactly the plan. Montauban is the first. We are showing that we are a low capex, scalable model. As you mentioned, there are tailings piles all over North America, all over South America. What we are doing is we're stepping in on a low capex basis to clean up those tails and extract the economic value and continue to build from there. Permitting timelines are a lot easier because we are doing the communities, the governments, all stakeholders a favor by cleaning up that material nobody wants. Metals prices are continuing to rise and all of a sudden support that economic extraction of cleaning up tails. We're the first, but this is a scalable model.
What does this mean for the local communities in the area? How can a mining company benefit the local jurisdictions? How do they make money?
Montauban is a very unique situation in the sense that the town was built around the mine. People still live there. Right now, a lot of the younger generations are going off to northern Quebec to go work in the mining industry because they come from mining families. As I mentioned, we have tremendous community support because what we're doing is we're opening up a job in their backyard. They want to work close to home. They want to sleep in their own beds. We're providing access to jobs and economic spin-off in a region that was built around this mine that was shut down. We are not just starting to dig underground, we're going to be cleaning up their community and simultaneously employing them to do so.
Certainly a great model for jurisdictions around the world and communities who may think, okay, there's a mine there. How does it benefit us locally here? What's in it for us and not just the Canadian or North American companies or Australian companies that are profiting from this? I think you've just explained it.
And absolutely right. A lot of people get nervous about projects opening up in their backyard because of the dangerous materials that are left behind. We're not opening up. We're going in to clean up those dangerous materials left in their backyard and employing them to do so. This is completely for the community benefit while extracting the economic value of the leftover material.
Can we down the road see ESGold look for other tailing deposits in other jurisdictions, other parts of North America or South America and repeat this model? Is that your goal?
Absolutely.
Gordon, thank you so much for joining me today. It's been great to visit with you. I look forward to our next conversation, sir.
Ellis, it was a pleasure. Thank you very much for having me.
I've been speaking with Gordon Robb, the recently appointed Chief Executive Officer of ESGold, trading on the CSE as ESAU and the U.S. on the OTC as ESAUF, a company focused on revitalizing legacy mining projects through sustainable recovery solutions. For more information, visit esgold.com. This is the Ellis Martin Report and MoneyTalk Radio.